you caught Ronnie Francis at the end. And then he was traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a gargantuanly tough task for a coach.
That one might have been even tougher for me because I was kind of straight through with Ronnie, and not tougher for me in that he was hard to deal with. Ronnie basically coached me. All right, so this guy's unusual. The first time I sat down with him, he was in Pittsburgh. They just lost to Montreal, and I asked him about the series, and I've watched it very closely, and he detailed that series like a coach who had studied it. Like he was, and there's some insights that I had to go back and look at it again because he picked up some stuff that I had missed. This guy's got an elite hockey brain, right? But he's not a real fast guy, but he's fifth all time. Guy's elite. So he would work me too. Right, he'd come down to my office and say, "Hey, Paul, nobody really gets that sarcasm. These guys are all way too young for that. So you just relax." Or, sling by and say, "Well, we got a couple of things slipping here. Maybe we got to tighten it up a little bit." He had that great feel. So when you get to the point in his career, and he's not Ronnie Francis anymore, but that happens to everybody, I got to start shaving him back a little bit more. But probably 3 or 4 times over the course of my relationship with Roddy, my job was in jeopardy. And I'm sure Jimmy went to him and said, "Hey, do I need to change the coach?" And Ronnie probably saved my butt 3 or 4 times. And at the end of the day, I don't know that I saved his, right? He ended up being traded. But I think the advantage that I have now is both men coached. Ronnie's a really, really good general manager. They would understand it now, right? Not all players understand it when they go through it. It's part of why they're great players. They don't see it and they don't understand it. But both men are NHLers in a different capacity now, though they would look back. Ronnie Francis would be fairly close to Jim Rutherford in some ways in terms of a mentor for me, even though I'm him, because he also joined the staff. And he was the first guy that kind of said, "Hey, give the chance." And I was the opposite of what I thought. I thought Ronnie, but hey, you got to play the old guys. He wanted the skill in the lineup. He wanted the kids to play. So I learned a lot. And as I go in my career, there's lots of situations that come up, and I can hear Ronnie saying something to me about the power play or about how to handle guys, when to squeeze. And so Ronnie Francis had a big impact on me for sure.